he became mighty. It will come to be for you. It will come to happen for you. It will come to pass for you. He became mighty on what platform? Because every process is traceable. Because he prepared his ways. He prepared his ways. So preparation is requisite to what you become in life. Stop wishing to be up. Prepare to be up. Stop wishing to be great. Prepare to be great. And preparation is open to all. Open to all. Jesus became great. In the same way, John the Baptist became great. How? Same process. The child grew and waxed strong in spirit. And Jotham became great because he prepared his ways before the Lord. Luke 1:80, Luke 2:40, almost the same statement. And the child grew and waxed strong in the spirit. Chapter 2 verse 40, and the child grew and waxed strong in the spirit. Same words, same statement, same process. And you too will become great. Say loud, amen. Potentials are the same. Process is also the same. Don't wish your potential to become real. Process your potential. Process your potential to become what has become of others. In our first session, we laid the foundation. Those of us who are here yesterday or watched the service live, let me quickly welcome all who are watching this service live in any part of the world, and those who will be watching it at their own convenience. I welcome you specially. The same effect, the same life, because it's all about the voice of God, and the voice of God has no barrier. The same voice of God that is coming to you and I on this ground will reach out to you wherever you are. Everyone here, help me say amen for us and those who are watching. Laying foundation for advancement was our teaching yesterday, and tonight we are looking at strategizing your advancement. Strategizing. Whereas spiritually is a foundation, we have to build on it by our sensibility. You know, there is spirituality and there is sensibility. Many are very spiritual, but they are not as sensible. And I'd like you to please to follow me. We'll be doing a lot of teaching. Let me remind you, God told me that in these 3 days of advancing your destiny, the main feature will be to teach, that is enlighten, to instruct, that is to give direction, and then to prophesy, and that is to empower. To empower you to do the things you are hearing, to make you become bold in taking steps. Many have lots in their brain, but they are weak in their feet. They possess knowledge, but they lack action. They have the weapons of knowledge, but they don't have the muscles to shoot. You need muscle to pull the trigger of the gun, because when you pull the gun, the gun pulls you, the gun shoots you, or the gun shakes you. Not all who are knowledgeable are victorious because they lack the muscle, the inner strength. And that's what we are getting. Through prophecy. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake the word of prophecy to me. So I'd like you to get it. You are receiving the teaching, the instruction, and the power to carry it out. Many of us will be taking strange steps that when you get to the end, you will look back. Am I the one who took the steps? Many abandoned projects shall move forward. Many pending decisions shall be implemented. Say loud amen to that. On this mountain, your fear shall be banished. I say your fear shall be banished. Tomorrow, the last session, I'd like you to get ready, we'll be looking at the subject of power to advance. Power to advance. But we are looking again at Jesus. Luke 2:40. Come with me quickly, please. And the child grew and waxed strong in spirit. Foundation. And secondly, he was filled with wisdom. He was filled with wisdom. So Jesus was not just anointed for might. He was not only changing level in the realms of the spirit to take authority over negative forces. He was filled with wisdom. And that's where our object of strategy comes in. Wisdom is about strategizing. Strategizing. How do I make advancement a reality in my life? Actuality is born when mentality is built on spirituality. Actuality is born when mentality builds on spirituality. Just as we all know, you don't make a show of your foundation. You make a show of the building when it is climbing higher and when it is finished. Foundation is hidden. So our spirituality is within us to produce the effect for people to see via our mentality. Via our mentality. Jesus was deeply spiritual, but nobody knew his effect until he began to put it into actuality. In chapter 4 of Luke, they were amazed at his speech, at his intellectualism. Luke 2:46, 47. They were amazed at his words. Verse 47, 46, he was with them. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answered. They were not astonished at his spirituality because it is foundation. But he was showing the foundation by the building on top of it. He was showing his spirituality by his mentality. Our world is not spiritual, or the people around us are not as spiritual, but they want to see the effect of that spirituality through our mentality. And that's why we're looking at strategizing. Please note that when you are born again, God does not remove your mind. He only renews your mind. Romans chapter 12, verse 2. He renews our mind. He does not remove our mind. That's why spirituality should not be reduced to stupidity. Spirituality is the foundation, but we must build on it. Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Renewing of your mind. Our spirit is regenerated, but our mind must be transformed. Our mind must be translated to line up with our spirituality. Without your mind at work, you will be living in the world of assumption. You'll be living in the world of assumption and nothing will be happening. Let me get you back. To the subject of art creation. God made us in his image. We understand that from Genesis chapter 1 verse 26. And God said, let us make man in our image. In our image. And after our likeness. Image talks about nature. Likeness talks about behavior. Let us make men that will be like us in nature and will be operating like us in behavior. So everything you see or hear about God is to be reflected in us. We are to reflect God. We are his duplicate. And God is a spirit. How do we know? John 4:34 or 24. God is a spirit. God is a spirit. So essentially God is spirit, and so if he made us in his nature and likeness, we too are spirit being. We are spirit. So me, I'm spirit. Let me hear you very well. Say it again. Where did that spirit come from? Let me hear you. It came from God. Which means that you are God duplicate. You are God duplicate. You are to be operating in the spirit realm like God does. Not also that God is spirit, but he has a soul. In the soul contains the mind, among others. In the mind, we are thinking. The mind is the center of thinking. In Jeremiah 29 verse 11, God said, I know the thoughts which I think towards you. So God is a thinker. I know the thoughts that I think towards you. God is spirit, but he is a thinker. And you are spirit, and so you are a thinker. Say with me, I'm a thinker. Say it again, please. One more time, please. You are a thinker. And Jesus also came as a thinker. He has the mind. In 1 Corinthians chapter 2, from verses 14 to 16, we realize that Jesus had a mind. Natural man receiving not the things of the Spirit of God, neither can they understand them, because they are foolishness to him. And in verse 15, for he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judge of no man. Verse 16, for who hath known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him? But we have the mind of Christ. So may I have the mind of Christ? Again, please. What did you say you have? You have the mind of Christ. God is spirit. He has a soul. And at a time, he came to dwell